Hey, sorry about that. The connection is not good. I'm going to try to do this video one more time. Hopefully the connection will stay. Okay, so like I said, this video or my experience is because I had went to Costa Rica and I was a part of a tribe with melanation and by Nature Boy, and I had went to the tribe as his wife, his direct at that time. So going back to my experiences before that, like I've been in relationships, like different relationships, and I never really like to categorize my sexuality because I've been with women before, but I never thought I was bisexual because I don't find women attractive in that way. If I see a beautiful woman, she's a beautiful woman, but I'm just not like, oh, I want to be with her and she's hot. Like, it's not like that with me. And so I've had those experiences with women, I think just to experience and discover, a part of myself and my sexuality. But then I've also been in monogamous relationships. And I've been in beautiful relationships with men, and I learned a lot in those relationships. But when I was in those relationships, I always felt like something was missing. And I always thought it was them, but then I was just like, well, no, maybe it's me. Maybe it's the person that I'm choosing, why this relationship isn't working or something, or why I feel like this isn't enough for me, and I always thought, well, maybe it is me. Maybe there is something wrong with me as to why I'm not satisfied in my relationship, So then I started on a self-discovery, and I ended up finding Nature Boy and, in his tribe, melanation. And so then when I decided to go to his tribe, he let me know, like, look, if you're going to be with me, I'm polygamous, and you gotta be polygamous too. So I was just like, I never considered being polygamous, but I was like, okay, I'll try it. I'll go for it. What can it hurt? I've done everything else. Being polygamous is just another thing. So I go to his tribe and I become his wife. And at that time, his other direct was Yaya. So before I had went, I was connecting with Yaya, and I was also connecting with him. So I already knew the intent of my position, in that tribe. So when I went there and I arrived, everything was all good. Well, so that night I realized something wasn't right. Like, it wasn't, because when I went into the intention of getting into a polygamous relationship, I thought it was a joint decision. I felt like this was something all three of us knew what we were getting ourselves into, and it was going to be love and unity and togetherness. That was what I thought it was going to be. So when I got there, my arrival, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was not. It was nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. At first. So because I realized that this was not a shared unit. This was not something all three of us are in and that we're compatible. It wasn't that feeling. So I thought maybe it was me, because I am the one coming into this relationship, so maybe it's my energy or something. So then over time, being in that polygamous relationship, we did have moments that were very beautiful and that was very connecting. But at the same time, I knew that this polygamous relationship was not built on the principles that a polygamous relationship is supposed to be on. And even though I'd never been in a polygamous relationship at that time, I had enough common sense to know this isn't right. So Yaya and we would have conversations, and she would talk to me, and she would open up to me, and my intuition was right. Like, she didn't find me attractive in no way whatsoever. Like, and I didn't find her attractive. Like, I didn't find her attractive, and I didn't have that attraction to her. But at the same time, I came into the relationship with the intent to build and grow and to understand and to love her. You know, even though I wasn't attracted to her, because like I said, I'm not bisexual or lesbian, I went into that relationship with the intent of being in a polygamous relationship and building and growing and loving a man and woman, because that was the structure that we were in. But I felt with her, there was something off with her, that she was just like, nah, I don't feel it. So me and her would talk, and she would open up with me and would share with me, and then we also did a compatibility, and we realized that her intuition was not wrong. In our compatibility, it says that she and I had no type of attraction. It was a friendship that she and I had. It was like just a pure friendship. So I was just like, well, I'm cool with that. You know, I don't have to be intimate with you to connect with you, you know. And so over time, like, this relationship wasn't growing as a shared unit like it should be. And as you know, if anybody, you follow Yaya, you already know the outcome to that. And I'm not making this video about her and her decision. This is me and my perspective and my choices. And so then the relationship that we had, it ended because there was no connection with me and Nature Boy in that way. And then obviously there was no connection with me and Yaya in that way, and apparently it was no connection with him and her anymore. So it was just like, oh damn. So with my short-lived polygamous relationship that I was in, I learned a lot. I learned a great deal with myself, and I felt like that experience was for me. That experience was for me to awaken to a whole new reality of what love and partnership is. Okay? And what I learned in that with myself is that, wow, that was the piece that I was missing. I was missing that third person. I was missing that sister bond, that connection with another woman on a more intimate level. And when you're in a polygamous relationship, it doesn't always have to be about sex. Like, it just depends on what you want. Like, you can be in a polygamous relationship with a man and two women and not have any sexual experience with that woman. It could just be y'all have a shared man that you're with. But I feel like the stigmatism with polygamy is that a lot of women, and especially a melanated woman, and that's who I'm talking to, is that we think that polygamy is for the man's benefit, and it actually is not. It's actually for the woman's benefit, because if it's done correctly, the woman, she chooses the foundation of the relationship and how it's going to go. Now the man is there for the stability and to keep things in order, because it is a balance. And a polygamous relationship is just like a monogamous foundation, and if there's no order and if there's no stability, then therefore there will be no balance in the relationship. And so that's what I saw. But as far as like the good points in my relationship that I was in, it was when it was good. Hey, welcome back to the room. Hey everybody. Okay, so I'm back. I had to come in the house because obviously the connection was bad, but I got a lot of feedback from that video. So I wanted to continue, with the video. So, as I said in the first video, for those that are coming in that might be new to this part of the video, my experience with polygamy occurred when I was with Melanation Nature Boys tribe in Costa Rica. So, but continuing on, and I don't have a selfie stick, so I'm like struggling trying to hold this phone. So continuing on, like I said in the part 1 of the video, that when I was in that relationship, I learned a lot about what not to do in a polygamous relationship. But then also, I had a great experiences in that relationship as well. When it did work, it was a beautiful experience. Like when we worked together, it was like a shared unit. We were a shared unit. Like we did everything together, and we always kept each other in mind when it was flowing that way. And so, again, my perspective on a polygamous relationship is, I believe that we all are polygamist. Yes, I said it. Yes, Fury, she said it on YouTube. I believe that we all are polygamous. And the reason why we choose not to be polygamous, it could be European programming. It could be that we forgot who we were. Because I look at the relationships today, and monogamy cannot be the only way that we can be in a relationship. Because if it was, it would be working, but it's not. Okay? I see all y'all's comments, but right now I'm talking, so I'm not looking. I'm trying to stay focused in this, and then later on I'll answer your comments when I'm done doing the video. Because I used to be married at one point. I was married. I was in a monogamous married relationship, and it didn't last. It didn't last, and I know a lot of people that were married in a monogamous relationship and it didn't last, and the statistics show 50% of monogamous relationships don't last. So we are believing in an idea of something that has a 50-50 chance of actually surviving. So why not look at alternatives? And I never thought of that. I just thought the people that did polygamy were those that were the Mormons living in Nebraska, like in them crazy religions. That's what I thought polygamy was. But some will say polygamy comes from our African roots. Okay, but what I look to is nature. What is the order and structure of things in nature? And as you see in nature, all things work together in nature. And even in certain animal kingdoms, like in the animal structure, like the monkeys and other animals. I just can't think of other animals right now. They are into polygamy. Like you don't normally see animals picking one female, one male, and that's it. Now, I'm not going to say there isn't any animals that do that, but I'm not going to say that like all animals, so don't say that ain't true, because you're right, it's not true. But the majority of animals, they do everything as a group, as a unit. But for some reason, the human being, we go against that. We go against being together as a shared unit. And so it made me think about, okay, well, what programmings did I fall into, and what is the truth of things? Because you can even look at the men. Like, men, y'all naturally in your nature, you are not monogamous. You are not monogamous because you always catch a man looking at another woman. And then when I was in my monogamous relationships, most of the men that I was with, they were addicted to porn. So you're telling me you're not cheating on me physically with a woman, but then you'll go on a computer in the corner somewhere, jacking your dick off, looking at porn, lusting after another woman. So we create a mistrust, and we lose ourselves in these monogamous relationships, trying to be something for someone instead of being something for ourselves and being in our true nature, because it is in a man's nature to want to be with multiple women, and for the most part, it's not in a woman's nature to want to have multiple penises. Now, you do have some women that do want that, but naturally, a woman wants one man. Naturally, she wants to be sexually physical with one man, and then the man, he has the desire to be with multiple women. You know, and the only reason why I say that is because you got to look at the actions of the men in our society now and how they act. So if we could start looking at our relationships and being real with one another and being honest and being like, look, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. You know, I think our relationships would be more conducive and have more purpose, and then you can be free to be more of who you are in that relationship instead of thinking you have to give up something to be in this relationship, you see. And so as far as like with polygamy, the benefits of polygamy, I think it's what the black power movement, I'll say the black power movement, I think this is a piece that is missing in that movement, because we always talk about in the Black Power movement, you know, we all need to come together. We need to be one. We need to come to put our resources together. Well, it starts in the home. The unity starts in the home. You know, you want this person over here and that person over here to come together, but no, the power and the balance comes in the home. So if you can create a foundation and a business within your home and then exploit that out into society, that's where you get your black power. But trying to fight the system and trying to go against this person because of the color of their skin, and that's not power at all. That is wasted, idle time. And that is the reason why, through the higher powers that be, they have separated the black man and the black woman from each other. And then we think that we are more powerful on our own, but we are less powerful without each other. So just think about if you were in a polygamous relationship. I'm thinking about if I'm in a polygamous relationship. Like, this is supposed to be about me. But I just think about the issues, and then I come up with the solution of things, and I take it internally with myself. So if we were in a polygamous relationship, like say we were all in a polygamous relationship at some point, think about the power of a black woman and her mind and her ability, right? Because a lot of the jobs now, a lot of the black women, like in the government and these high paying jobs, they have the black woman being on top of that. And there's a reason why. It's because we have the ability to get things done. We are great managers. And when we're in our homes as mothers, we manage everything. The man doesn't do anything. The man is just there providing. But the woman is there. She's the nurturer. She manages. She handles the money. She handles the children. She handles the household. And the man is there to protect and provide structure. So just imagine if you had two other women within a home, and just imagine what you can create. Now, as a man being in a polygamous relationship, you have to be a certain way. Your mind has to be on higher levels of consciousness, because it's not about just sex. It's not about, oh, you get two women, you the man, you a pimp. No. You are everything to these women. You are their lover. You are their father. You are their partner. You are their friend. You are the stability, and you have to know when to be that put that hat on for that certain situation for those women. You know, because we look up to you as the stability. Like we take care of everything, but we look into you to provide and to create that stability with our nurturing and with our managing and you know, our love, and you put that together. It's beautiful. So I was able to be a part of that, and even though it did not work out with me and Yaya and Nature Boy, I understood the intent of what we were trying to do. But before you get into any relationship, and especially a polygamous relationship, you have to make sure that you're compatible and that you all are on the same accord and the same mind for it to work. And that's just like with any relationship, you know. So for me, it has opened up a whole new way of being, because now I know that I am a polygamist. Like, there's no way from this point on that I would want to be in a monogamous relationship, because I want to live my life according to the law of nature, you know. And the law of nature is that in my true nature that I am polygamous, and that in a man's true nature he is polygamous. So I'm not going to sit here and try to force a man to be something that he is not. Like, I'm not going to sit here and like think you're not looking at another woman, or thinking another woman's looking at you and being threatened, because it shouldn't be that way. But because of the European mindset, you know, it's all about self. It's all about self. Now, I do talk about loving yourself and focusing on yourself to become your higher self. But then when you get to that point, then you can go out into the world and make a difference, because you know who you are. And so with me knowing who I am, I know what choices to make and stand on those choices. And that's the reason why, for me, being a polygamous relationship is going according to the nature of who I am. Like, I don't want to be in no monogamous relationship, because I feel like, and this is with me being silly, I don't want the man to be solely focused on me. I don't want to be the one that he comes to for everything. Like, I love that I have a sister and another woman here that she can give him something that maybe I can't give him. You know, but it doesn't mean I'm inadequate. It means that she has gifts and a love to give to someone that maybe I don't. But then I have, you know, gifts and love to give to someone in my own right. So for me, and I think it's in my astrological energy, because I'm a Venus in Aquarius, and it's the universal togetherness. It's about to just being together. For me, it's just like to just be with this man, and him looking at me. I'm just like, it's exhausting. So it's like, I look forward to getting into another polygamous relationship, but it's going to be with the right man and the right woman, and we're going to be compatible. We're going to have we're going to be on the same frequency. Like, you know, our minds are going to be with the same intent of, you know, representing what love truly is, you know, a shared unit. You know, so I'm looking forward to that. If it's in the cards for me, that may not be the cards for me to be in another relationship, and it's okay. But I do want to shed light to those that were looking at polygamy and had your own perception to it. I would just like to just open your mind and give you a new perspective, and especially if you're trying to create something in the Black community and be a representative in, you know, of light in the Black community, that if you want to become stronger, you know, and build that, a polygamous relationship may be the missing ingredient in what you're trying to do, because, you know, our power comes from home. It comes from home. That's where our power stems, is with the man and the woman, and then building a foundation, and then creating a business, because that's what a relationship is. It's a business. So how successful your relationship is determines how successful your business is. You know, and like I said, it all stems from nature. Like, if you want to go according to nature, you act in the nature of who you really are. Act in the nature of who you really are. Stop pretending. And this goes for men. Stop pretending. Stop pretending in who you are. Stop being sneaky and stop lying, and really get to know yourself and know your desires. And know that it's okay that you want to be with more than one woman, but you have to be honest. You got to be straight up about that. Don't sit here and act like you monogamous and knowing you got another chick on the side. That ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. And that is not what I'm talking about. Be straight up. Be honest. Because when you are honest with a woman, when you come to a woman like, look here, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, what a woman, we respect you more that you keep it real with us instead of you just pretending and trying to be this dude that you're not, and then you get caught up because you can only live a lie but for so long until you get caught up, because a woman's intuition, we will always find out. We'll always find the answers, okay? So anybody have questions? Because I'm going to look back at the old comments, but does anybody have any comments or questions? Have you experienced polygamy? Or what's your thoughts on polygamy? Because I know it's taboo. Yeah, some women can't handle that honesty. That's what Gunnar said. Some women can't handle that honesty. Yeah, and if they can't handle it, then she's obviously not for you. If she can't handle it, but you have to give her that choice to decide, do I want to handle it or don't handle it? But don't just pretend. Yeah. Charlotte Reynolds. Who in a relationship now? I don't know who she's talking to. Invita said, has this experience changed your views on marriage? Yes, absolutely. Because I was never the type that wanted to go through the whole process of marriage. Because if you think about the wedding, it is European. The way we have weddings here in United States, it is European. It's actually through Catholicism, with the ring, with the white dress, with the veil, with going to the altar. That is all Catholicism. And most of you are not Catholic, but we still hold those principles and those rituals into something that we're not even a part of. And so with me, I just thought it was stupid, the whole marriage thing, the whole wedding thing. And I understood the spirituality of marriage. Like, I get that. But it was the whole process of it, and to death do us part. Then you have this legal document, like, in order for him to say I'm his wife and that's my husband, we need a legal document from the state to give us permission to do that. Like, I just thought that was stupid. I'm just gonna be straight up. I think that's stupid. Like, what does that have to do with anything? They will find anything to have some type of control in whatever we do. And so with me and my nature, I will rebel anything. Hell, so I was rebelling the unity of marriage. But now being in a polygamous relationship, I understand. But you can be in a relationship, you can have a commitment with someone and not be married to them with a legal document that says this is mine and I am his. You know what I'm saying? Because then if that shit don't work, then you gotta go back to them and get their permission to break up with the person and then pay money. Like, come on. Like, that's crazy to me. You know what I mean? Okay, I hope that answered it. Okay, y'all answered a lot of questions. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I personally don't need another to confirm my love. Exactly. Yeah, it's a business contract in the States. Yeah. What if the woman has kids by another man? Cedric, are you talking about my choice? If I want to be with, what are you talking about? What if the woman has kids by another man? I don't know what you're talking about. Explain. How do I feel about children? I love children. I believe children are here to show you yourself. I believe children are here to remind you, get the stick out of your ass and live life and be happy and remember who you are. Like, I love children. Now, as far as having my own kids, like, that is something that I will take with the wind. It either come or it'll go. You know, it doesn't, I'm not one of those women that be like, I must have children in this lifetime to fill a void or something. Like, I'm not like that. But I personally love children. I love being around children. They just remind me to just chill out and play. That's what children do for me. Let's see. Facts between your spouse and the state. Yep. Oh, okay. Cedric said my kid's mom got asked to me and won. I don't know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I don't understand that sentence. Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I'm about to get off here, but I just wanted to, like, share with you guys about that. Oh, Cedric said, the guy she is with wants her, after 6 years, to join him with other women. Do you believe men cheat because they are naturally polygamous? Yes, I do believe men cheat because they are naturally polygamous. I do believe men naturally have the desire to be with more than one woman. Are most women already involved? Hold on, y'all. Do you want to go back? Yes, Vita. Yes, I do want to go back to Costa Rica, and I am going back to Costa Rica. Yeah, I'm going back to Costa Rica. Y'all asking, are most women already involved in polygamy with the European man? Yeah, most women, I feel like today, most women, we are in a polygamous relationship and don't even know that we are in a polygamous relationship. We want to deny being in a polygamous relationship, because I remember, here's another personal story, and I like being personal with y'all. I do, because I remember I had this friend, and this happened on 2 occasions. Like, I had two occasions. I had 2 friends that for their boyfriend's birthday, they wanted me to have sex with them. That was their boyfriend's desire or whatever, that they wanted to have sex with another woman. And so for some reason, this is 2 different friends, 2 different occasions. They felt comfortable enough to come to me to ask me, hey, can you have sex with me and my man? Because that's what he wants for his birthday. But then they would feel a certain way if they found out their man was sleeping with another woman, or they'll feel like insecure if, you know, they found their man like texting another woman or seeing another woman look at him. But then yet you feel comfortable enough to want to have sex with another woman, with your man, because you feel comfortable with me. You see what I'm saying? Because naturally, as women, we are naturally nurturing to each other. We're naturally connected. See, with a woman, the reason why a polygamous relationship works for women is because we naturally share everything with each other. Like, you have more of a connection with a woman than you have with a man, because with women we have our menstrual cycles, we're both emotional, you know, we think a certain way, and with the man, he does not relate to that, and he's not supposed to. Like, we want to get our men and we want them to be our best friend, and we want them to relate to us. No, let a man be a man. Let him be testosterone and I'll be estrogen. You see what I'm saying? And so when you have that other part with you in your relationship, I promise you, it is so connecting and so satisfying to have that unity with the man and with the woman, because you're getting 2 perspectives, you're getting 2 different energies. But again, it can only work if you allow it to work, and you take on that mindset, let go of that European mindset that, you know, that being polygamous is wrong, because it's not. Because if you want to be monogamous, go ahead and be monogamous. But what I'm saying is, what I'm introducing is, don't look at polygamy as this bad thing, because it's not. It's really not. It's very gratifying if it's done the right way. Yes, it's dynasty building. I love that, Bernadette Jackson. It's dynasty building. Because back in the olden days, the biblical days, we'll just say biblical days because we all know what that term means. That's what they did. Some of them men had numerous wives and they were able to afford it, obviously, but you know, that's what they did it because when we think of relationships, we're thinking on our lower vibration. We're thinking of sex. We're thinking of, like, we're not thinking up here, we're thinking down here when we think of a relationship. You know, it's what is a relationship? I don't have my computer up, but what is a relationship? It's when you're relating with someone. So it should not be based around sex all the time. A relationship should not be based around sex. Polygamy is not based around sex. It's based around unity and building. Now, with a monogamous relationship, you can do that, but if we're going according to the law of nature, no. You shouldn't do that. If we're going according to the laws of nature, you shouldn't just think that way. Like I said, if you do monogamy, I'm not gonna be the one to sit and tell you that you're wrong. It's you, but you know the nature of yourself. I'm speaking to men. You know the nature, and women too. You know, it's both for you. You know the nature of yourself. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you what is wrong and what's right. All I can do is give you information, and then you decide whether or not if it resonates with you. And if you go against your own nature, then that's on you. And you have to deal with the consequences of that. But I just know for me, this polygamy is something that was for me. And I'm so thankful that I was introduced to it, you know, and I just look at relationships differently, and even now I'm more vocal, I'm more sure, you know, in myself in relationships, and even when I'm talking to men, because I'm like, look here, I like this and I don't like that. This is who I am. See, when you start living in the true nature of being a human being, you become real. Like, you become real. You don't hold back because you're real. You're finally being who you are. You're in your skin. Like, you know, you're wearing your hair. This is like freeform locks. I'm wearing my hair naturally. I don't have on makeup. I am very comfortable in my skin. That's why y'all see pictures of me with no clothes on, because I'm not sexualizing myself. Me being naked or not having any clothes on, I don't look at it as being sexualized. I'm looking at it as I'm accepting myself. I'm accepting myself in my body, and I want you to accept me in my body, and I want you to accept yourself in your body. So even when it comes down even to your sexuality and what you prefer, like if you just continue to decide to say yes to what you want and no to what you don't want, and you stand in that, people will have to respect you, and you will want to be more honest in who you are, and you're not going to care who judges you. Like before, I would never get on here and be like, I'm polygamous. Yes, I'm that type of person. No, I would never do that. But now it's just like, I want to live in my truth. You know what I mean? I want to show people who I am, because in showing myself and being real, you never know who you can affect and ignite and open them up and awaken them up into who they really are. Because just imagine if everybody, you know, started living as that person that they feel they are within. Just imagine how the world would be. Just imagine. Shit, not even the world, just your environment, wherever you are. Just imagine you was in an environment with people where they were really being who they really are within. Because this is a facade. This is a facade. But what if you really showed people who you really are? And you actually did it. And you expressed it. You know what I mean? Yeah, they probably be scared. Because, you know, we kind of crazy, you know. It's kind of crazy to, like, really be human, you know. But then eventually it'll become norm. It'll become the norm to be human again. And to freely express yourself. And freely be yourself. You know? I'm just ranting. That's one with nature, and that's perfectly fine. A threesome is what you talking about? A threesome is a sexual act. Threesomes are nice. I mean, they're not like, threesomes are nice. I mean, you know, it's still, it has to be some order. Everybody have to know what their position is in the threesome, because if you don't, that shit ain't gonna work either. Like, you know, it's just three people in the bed confused. Like, what am I supposed to do with my hands? Sorry, that was too real. See with me and sexuality, I'm beyond that. I don't get embarrassed talking about that type of shit, talking about threesomes and, you know, genitals and stuff. I don't get it, because we're human. We all have sex. We all want pleasure. You know what I'm saying? We all want to do it. So I mean, I just, you know, I don't get embarrassed by talking about that type of stuff, you know. So if y'all want to talk about that stuff, you know, I'll talk about it. I'm not embarrassed by that. You know, I'm a human being. You know, I have feelings and emotions, you know, and desires like everyone else. We all do. But we want to, like, cover it up and be in a box, being a pervert, you know, when really just express yourself. Hanzo says threesomes are nice. No, he's not. He's out. Yeah. I told him you said hey, Emerald. Let me get off of here, because I'm getting too comfortable on this camera with y'all. But I hope I have enlightened you to have another perspective. Hold on. Charles Little said, once you're in a polygamous relationship, are you completely committed? Absolutely. Absolutely. You're committed into anything you want to commit to. You know, even in a polygamous relationship, it has to be a joint decision. Like with the man, like he has to decide, you know, or the man and woman both have to decide how many, you know, women that they want in the relationship. You know, he just can't just come up one day and be like, all right, I think we need to have 5 when we already agreed to have like 2 or whatever. I think it's with anything. You are committed. You know, it's like I said, the woman, she makes the decision. The man does not make the decision. It is the woman. She wants to decide who her sister is going to be. And then obviously it needs to make sure that he's attracted to her and that he also has an interest in the woman as well. But the woman, it's all about making sure the woman in your relationship is comfortable. And you know that even in a monogamous relationship, you have the woman, if she ain't happy, then nobody ain't happy. You know what I mean? Gunner says, I think most women think about what their family is going to say if they do this. I think women think about everything that their family is going to say if they do anything. You know what I mean? You know, my family, shoot, they think there's something completely wrong with my ass, and I'm gonna let them keep thinking that. Like, I'm not here to sit here trying to explain myself for anyone. I don't got time. Okay, Charles Little, so are you in one now? No, Charles Little, I'm not in any relationship right now. But I am open to new possibilities. What about kids? What about kids? What about kids, Cedric? What about kids? That's on my list. Yeah. Do I want kids? What are you talking about? Or do I have kids? I don't know what he's saying. Yeah, so I'm getting off here with y'all. I'll be on here all day. Yeah, family is frequency. Absolutely, family is frequency. You know, and so you just, if no one doesn't understand you, they're not on your frequency. It's you know, it's okay. You have kids. No, I have no children. No, I have none. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Well, I'm about to get off of here. This was awesome. I'm glad I did this. I'm going to start talking to you guys a little bit more and being more open and sharing my experience because, oh, hold on. Every time I'm about to get off, someone says something. Because I did learn a lot. Oh, yeah, kids in polygamous relationship. Yeah. Yeah. I would have kids in a polygamous relationship. I would let a woman, she'd be the one handling the kids and I'll handle something else. She handled her own kids. That's how I look at it. Like, we all have a position in this. You choose. Um, but I learned a lot, like, in my experience with melanation, and had different experiences and perspectives and stuff. So it seemed, so I'm going to continue to open up, and share. But when anything that I go through personally, I always have a new outlook. I always learn. Like, I don't look at my life as a victim when shit happens to me. And even if it's something that is bad that happens to me in my life, I never look at myself as a victim. I always look at it as a learning experience, and who can I become now in this moment that I'm in now. Like, I think I said, did I say that right? Like, I don't look at my life as a victim, and trust me, I've been through a lot of shit. Like, a lot of shit, but I don't let that shit get me down, and I don't blame, I don't point the finger, because at the end of the day, I'm the creator of my reality. I created that. So if I created this, so this bad person's in my life, I created this bad person in my life. So now what? You know what I mean? I'm just not that type of person, but I know that some of the experiences that I have went through in my life, whether they're good or bad, I know there's some of you out there that have experienced it, and probably is still going through it, and maybe you just want to see a light at the tunnel, or maybe you just want a new perspective, or maybe you just want to know that somebody understands you and feel you. And that's the person, that I decided I want to be and, represent, because I know what I've done moving out of the United States, giving up everything and leaving to a place that you have no fucking idea what's going to happen. I know a lot of people, they wouldn't be able to do that. And you're not wrong because you're not able to do that, but I'm able to do it. And so I'll share it with you, and maybe that give you some type of hope that wasn't there before. This is the reason why I do these videos. I decided to give my life up and share my life with you, and I want to be able to do this every day, to be able to come on here and talk and teach and enlighten, and I continue to open myself, to be a vessel to receive any opportunity that will allow me to continue to do this, because I don't have like a job or anything, that will allow me to continue to do this. I just have hope and faith, and I just move on that. And so I just open myself to any cooperative component that wants to help me, get to point A to point B, and then tell you about it on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like I'm opening myself up to abundance and to like-minded people that, that believe in me or see themselves in me. So in that note, I am getting off. Peace, love, and life, and please take care of yourself.